My name is Valter, and I'm from Portugal. My last novel is called something like Machine to Make Spanish People. As you may know, Spain is the only neighbor that we have in Portugal. My English is lousy, but I wrote this text directly in English, so pardon me my errors. When I was coming out of the exhibition, two women entered the room and one of them just panicked and grabbed the other, saying, "Don't look, Carmen. I read about this and it is not for us to see. I just can't see it." Carmen was immediately led out by her friend, waiting for some explanation for that fear, that sudden need to go away. She kept asking, but her scared friend couldn't even begin to explain. I then heard her say, "Oh my God, it is worse than I expected. It is much worse." I was leaving the exhibition, about which I had read nothing, and I know now how I felt trapped in that terrifying reality, unable to ignore those faces on the wall, looking back at me. Emilio Morenati has made impossible portraits of women from Pakistan who were attacked with acid by their husbands or lovers. All that is left of them, in some cases, even after dozens of surgical interventions, are melted figures. These are the impossible portraits of a culture that seems to be, in some aspects, living in an ancient era where reason was not yet appreciated. I didn't run as fast as those two nice ladies. I wasn't careful enough and couldn't go back anymore. I stood there, accepting the responsibility as a citizen of the world for that cruel evidence of our time. Whilst trying to understand what those wounded women were telling me, my eyes filled with tears, unable to bear the simple imagination of how their suffering must be. I know that, like Arthur Rimbaud, I can die out of tenderness. I know that compassion can kill me, and I have always felt like some silly, weak little boy. But once I was in this crushing presence of terror, I couldn't stop myself from becoming stronger. I felt I had the obligation to live up to that message. I focused on each face and read each look. I made them volumetric, allowed them to grow all around me, as if I was amongst those people, listening to their voices and just offering my attention as a way to dignify myself and dignify them all with care. I believe one can dignify people by caring. I suppose writing novels on violence is easier than seeing a violent picture, for all my novels are about predators and victims, trying to understand, heal, and perhaps seek some justice. What makes the picture difficult for me is that suddenly there's a non-fictional face to a character I could have created, a non-fictional lady that could actually be part of my daily life with all her dreams and nightmares. Kanwal Kayun was attacked with acid by her former husband. She had divorced him 2 years ago and was training to become a flight attendant when the vengeance took place. Shamin Akhter was attacked with acid after being raped by 3 men. She has since undergone 10 surgical interventions. She didn't accuse her molesters because she feared the consequences. She dreams of finding a job in America and leaving Pakistan forever. Hatia Khalil is 16 years old and was attacked by the family of a neighbor whom she didn't want to marry. She left school, she says, because everyone laughed about her. Shanaz Bibi has 7 children and was attacked by a relative who thought that an old family misunderstanding could be solved this way. Shanaz has never had surgery. Najaf Sultana was attacked by her own father at the early age of 6, apparently because he didn't want any more women in the family. After he ran away, her mother abandoned her and got married again. Najaf went to live at her aunt's house and has since been submitted to 15 surgical interventions. In my family, whenever we are in touch with someone who has lots of children, we can call the person Mama or Papa as if they were also our mother or father. It's a sort of honorific name given to people who accept the complicated but wonderful responsibility of raising several children. I think it is our way of acknowledging that and rendering homage to the heroic nature of such a parent. In my family, some of these women would be mamas in this open sense of the merit and respect. I come to think that when looking to Shanaz Bibi, I should call her Mama Shanaz, as if she was somehow also my mother, also our mother. I guess I'm saying that each one of these attacks are also directed against me, against you all. They are against everyone. I guess I'm saying that we should expect the present to be the stage for humanity to be born. As Milton Santos says, when humanity actually begins, mankind won't be capable of committing atrocities any longer. Until now, we have all just been like monkeys with very bad temper and some great ideas. This is what Milton Santos said, and it is not a pessimistic idea of life or society. It is actually a very positive one, because it means that it is okay to expect and to make the effort to live in a fairer world. I guess I believe one of these days the first human will be born. Thank you very much.